Broadcasting live from upstate New York, a technology talk show that puts you and your questions first. It's Tech Talk Live.
Yeah, baby, it's Tech Talk Live, coming to you live from upstate New York. I'm Flipper.
I'm Snipe.
And I'm JJ.
We're at the Knights of the Round Table.
Holy cow.
We are a talk show. Give us a call at
315-220-0692.
And I guess we got some postings on email at techtalkny@gmail. You said you had that on yours? An email?
Yeah, I got email on there.
Oh, too many words here.
How many words?
What are we doing?
We are
trying to get into my computer.
Well, then shut up and let us do the show.
I'll do it.
Anyway, we're Tech Talk Live. We're a computer talk show up here in upstate New York. We broadcast live on FingerLakes1.com, FingerLakes1.tv. We talk about computers. We talk about your computers. We take your questions.
We talk about technology.
Yeah, we talk about technology. Sometimes we talk about completely useless stuff.
Yeah.
Anything you want to talk about.
Sometimes we sing. You never know.
You could be a fat pig, too.
Oi! Anyway.
Got a few jokes?
Once in a great while, yeah.
Right.
So
That's something I'd like to know.
A good joke?
Everybody, every once in a while, once a week, I think I post something on there, a picture or something. I'd like to know your comments on that, on our Facebook.
they can comment all they want on the Facebook. It's
But-
not blocked. They can do whatever they want.
But like I say, you get 89, 48 for people see it by Monday night when I post it.
Right.
86 here the other day.
Right.
Yeah.
I got an itch,
Yeah, you got an itch
He's not
already.
raising his hand.
So
Boy.
what we doing first? You were saying something about you had a question or something you had to put in?
Well, we had...
Let's start with that one, wasn't it?
Knights of the Round Table.
Right, absolutely.
That's for the cat to lay on?
Something like that, right? I'm still having a problem
I think
with
that was for the digital babble. It just went out the window.
No, yeah, right?
I don't see us on TV.
That was the other thing I forgot.
Hey.
Hang on, 5 seconds. There you go. Now you can watch.
Wow.
Now you can see my pretty face.
For people who don't know, we've got a nice new screen behind or in front of us now that we can see ourselves.
Right, so we can
broadcasting
tell.
live.
So when we tell Snide, you got to move right or left. He can do it up on screen and look, and then he knows where he is.
I know where I are in Studio B, three floors down.
Yeah, you're right. 3 floors down. Holy dear God. I don't know. There was just a lot of stuff going on this week. We had a question from a listener. What?
There it is, a question.
There it is. Okay, so we got a question from the listener about video card situation. Basically, the computer was booting up, and then when they were trying to use the computer, there were certain sections of the monitor that were going blue.
Solve it real quick.
What?
Go buy a new one.
That's basically what they're going to have to do.
Sorry. Case goes next. Just kidding.
When this happens, can you shut it down and reload?
Well, I had her shut down and restart the computer and then into safe mode to see if it was driver or hardware. Pretty much, it was still doing it. So, I mean, the next step would have been to reload the entire system, but then when I had her do a couple tests, it was like, it really sounds like it's the hardware. It's probably, and then she said it was integrated. I'm like, it's probably just go buy a new one, and she was a little upset, and that's where the topic about return on investment comes into play, is that she said, I only had it for 3 years, and we're definitely in one of those situations where
3 years is about average, right? 3 to 5?
I'm not trying to take this to a cheap mode or anything like that, but what did you pay for the computer in the first place? Was it one of these econo things at Walmart or something like that, or whatever?
Well, I think that's where return on investment comes into play. I mean, me and you have always been middle of the road kind of people,
or like me, pretty much so, middle of the road game player computer.
Well, you were always the game player computer middle of the road. I was always like, okay, for my laptops and stuff, just to do basic computer stuff and everything else was go middle of the road. Right now, middle of the road is like $600-700 tops.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like balancing that out. So let's say if you buy a computer for $600-700, how many years should you get out of it? Well, if you do 3 to 5, if you think 3 to 5 is about right, well, if you do 3, that's $600 divided by 3. That's $200 a year you pay to have a computer. Okay, and that's what return on investment's all about, is how much are you paying per whatever? Where is the break-even point, and then can you get any more out of it?
Anywhere over 5 years, I say. 5 years on investment. That's still $200 for a $1,000 machine.
Right, but for a $1,000 machine. But we're talking a $600 machine. So you get 5 years out of it. You're only paying $100 and something a year to have a computer. Okay, fine. I can see that. I've never been a firm believer in just getting 3 to 5. I'm going to get as much as I can out of it.
Well, anything over the 3 to 5 is gravy.
Right.
It's gravy. So, you figure it's gravy. It's right. Your investment is going down.
Well, because the biggest thing is
return on investment, I should say.
Right, Rio. So or Roy, however you ROI, return on investment. Yes.
Oi.
Out of nowhere.
That's backwards.
Right. But the thing is that okay, so you get 5 years out of it, and over that 5 years, you got a new operating system, you got new hardware, you got new pointing devices, you got a lot of things.
Upgrading.
So really, you also have to look at it from a different standpoint. Right. After 5 years, I mean, you're hitting.
There's new software out there.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of upgrading too at the same time.
How many downloads can you get more out of it?
Now, if you're one of those people that don't do much of anything on the computer, okay, and we're talking not much of anything, period. Okay,
just a gamer or
get him up there. There he is.
Yeah. There's Oscar.
There's Oscar for the folks.
Hi, buddy.
Yeah, but anyway,
Oscar, our favorite cat.
Oh. Yeah, games.
All right, so but games
to play the games. You're
just use
whatever games or
surfing the web.
Well, if you're just surfing the web and you're just doing some basic stuff,
Facebook.
There is a lot cheaper options out there. You can go buy a used laptop. I mean, we're talking really used. We're talking like a 7-year-old laptop for $100.
Refurb laptop is still cheap.
Whatever, okay? And then don't get an operating system on it, so you don't have to have that. Go download Ubuntu Linux, okay? I can't pronounce that right.
So say that again.
Ubuntu. Ubuntu? Ubunto. Ubuntu.
Ubuntu.
You almost want to, hey, Caveblade!
There's an app for that, too.
There's an app for that. There's got to be someplace.
I'm sorry, we're big Lion King freaks,
Lion
right?
King.
Lion Kings.
But anyway, I mean, you can get Ubuntu Linux and basically have all the functionality of a Windows machine for the most part, but it's all in Linux and it's free. So you could easily take and refurbish.
And that's an OS.
Right. You could, like saying
operating system.
Right. And if you got like somebody like JJ who's like, okay, I'm going to throw mine out after 3 years or whatever.
See ya.
You could pick one of those up next to nothing.
Now, if I was doing that operating system on my laptop and I was picking out the funny bone and it goes, did I get the wrong system? The OS operating system. Oh, my.
Wow.
Did you get that?
No, not really. But.
Neither did
Operation, game, operation, funny bone.
Oh, okay. There's the reference. Okay, now I get it. Okay. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Where did it... Oh, somebody help us out. Give us a call. 315-220-0692. We take your questions. We take your comments. We'll work with them. Hey, you want to just call in and say we're all goofballs? That's fine, too. We love that.
I'm a freeloader.
Were we able to get the...
or I mean, a free to answer. I didn't mean
the chat up and working or no?
I did not get it up and working on here. I did get it up and working on here, and I didn't get it up. So
and on what?
You should be able to get it up and running.
Is it up and running now?
It should be.
I don't know. Well, take a look.
All right. Well, you got to take a look.
So so we're off that about the computer.
The return on investment thing. I just thought I'd cover that. Kind of looking at the whole scheme of things. I mean, if you're getting an average computer 3 to 5 years, you're getting something really, really good. And I mean, we're talking really, really good. Like a $1,500 Alienware, I would be expecting that thing to last and be workable for the next 6 to 8. Right. Easy.
So anyway, we're talking about springtime. So you got to spring ahead tonight.
Yeah, spring ahead turn the clocks ahead tonight.
Yep, and if you got a good computer, it does it for you automatically, so you get up and turn on the clock and you know what time it is.
Right.
So cable will do it too for you.
Mm-hmm.
Your cell phone will do it for you. All that stuff.
Is that a segue into something? What are we doing?
I think that was just a reminder. I think.
Oh, just a reminder. Okay, so
another reminder.
A friendly tech reminder.
This is a public service announcement from Tech Talk Live.
Another reminder is 312.
Heart of the Swarm?
StartCraft.
Yeah, Heart of the Swarm.
coming out.
And another reminder.
And you could get the deluxe. What's that?
What's the other reminder?
The other
JJ?
reminder is, since you're changing your clocks forward an hour, don't forget to change your batteries and your smoke detectors as well. Every 6 months.
Oh, that's kind of neat. Yeah.
Every 6 months, that's when you're supposed to do it.
Mister, I'm all about emergency services. I love it.
Mine
That's
are
what-
always done at New Year's.
That's what you should change them every 6 months. Every time you change the clocks forward or backwards. Keep some fresh batteries in there. That's your public service number.
Gotcha, Snide.
So anyway,
Moving on.
mine are Duracell and they last a year.
Yeah, you're a Duracell, all right. And where's the
So,
pacemaker
copper
one?
top.
Anyway,
Right.
moving on.
Moving on. What else have I got off the top of my head? Give me a call so I can refresh my memory.
Okay, give him a call, 315-220-0692.
Let's see. I got.
Or give us an email at techtalkliveny@gmail.com.
Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/techtalklive. Got it up and running. Throw your question on there.
Yeah, and like I say, you can get a hold of us anyway. It won't be long, and I'll be gone vacation and passing out more cards on my trips around the east coast of the United States.
Right?
Very good.
So,
So,
I'm still saying about the cards. They're nice cards. Don't get me wrong. It's like what's on our.
yeah.
But when you get them on a card with a black background, it's very hard to
I
read.
just got to
that.
make everything bigger, I think.
So,
Everything's got to be bigger.
That's what B
but
says
it makes it so. I mean, you could put it in Braille for us older people, and we could read the bumps.
Listen here, you screwball.
Did you get them?
I did get them anyway. Just a quick thing I have, that the free app this week from the App Store.
Oh, you're big on this free app thing. I love it.
It is.
Well,
the app of the
you
week
should.
is Angry Birds this week.
Oh, is
Oh
it?
yeah,
Angry
Angry
Birds.
Birds. I see that.
Which one? Space? Star Wars?
Just the Angry Birds in HD. Actually.
Oh, that's all good. That's fun. There's over 100 levels on it, so
right. So go out.
so yeah, definitely it's a good time.
It's a $1.99 download. It's free this week through the App Store. So go get it.
Better get it before it
Go
goes back up.
get
huh?
it.
Right. Exactly.
So
That's a quick
anyway, let's see. 2 weeks ago, I was on a kick about 4D printing, 3D printing, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm on 4D printing right now. Now, do we want to talk about it, or do you want to skip it, or go
Now
on?
the
Oh.
4D is what? Smell?
Make it quick.
So why should I make it quick? I got an hour show.
We're already 13 minutes into it.
All right. Researchers unveil words. Boy, why am I saying words? World's first 4D printer. Now, this here contains. It's like we just got through with the 3D printing and all that stuff and everything. So now it spews out a creation like a long line printer, and then this can be maneuvered into any object that you want. Scratching for a place to go potty, I
going.
guess. So anyway, here's what they say about it. Instead of printing out a full shape, the 4D printer creates a strand of multiple materials, and that strand becomes whatever you want it to be. And I can't still figure out how that can become whatever you want it. Shapes and whatever. The process is sort of reminiscent of those toy dinosaurs, you know.
Well, I mean, I suppose we could. Okay, yeah. So it's a stranded multi-material item that then is molded and then cured to take
The
that
shape
form.
of like those fold up.
Yeah.
What do they call them? Toys. I didn't have them. You did.
Transformers.
Transformers. Yeah.
More than meets the eye.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you can make whatever you want, a building or whatever, a transformer,
Right.
toy.
So that's 4D.
But this is 4D. So
When you think 4D, you think like
Time.
time-wise, yeah.
Some other element. You
Right.
got X, Y, Z, and then
or even the movies, the 4D movies, where you're adding in
all the
smells and
right.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sure if Snide's reading about it, they're going to put smells into it someplace.
Smell-o-vision.
smell-o-vision.
Smell of printing.
So anyway,
must be like a plastic that has
these-
scent to
these-
it. There you go.
There you go, right?
these are all from MIT.
MIT stuff.
MIT
Yep.
is
Well,
cool.
I'm gonna interject one thing I saw in the news here the other day was that they're now what is it, 3D Motion or whatever the company is that has the personal 3D printer that you can buy for $1,800 is coming out with a 3D scanner to help you or assist you in recreating objects that are real already tangible, and then take them into something, then improve on them.
Well, that would be normal, or how do I want to think of it? Thinking that you put this object into the machine
Into
and
the
close it
scanner.
down, and it rotates, and it 3D scans it. And,
Yep, lasers, cameras, yep, the whole nine.
and then prints it out in 3D format. But anyway, these here was, like I said, it's a strand of material or a string of material. It can fold into various shapes based on how the material are placed, how the materials are placed. So that's what that's all about.
Right.
And transforms from one 3D shape into another. Tired of that cube? Perhaps a rectangle would be preferable. Try to change that into a rectangular shape.
Okay.
So anybody got any questions on that? We'll try to give you any more on that if we can. But that
Maybe we can get a sponsor to go out and purchase this one, and we'll review it live on the air.
That would be fun.
That would be
well,
cool.
I'm always looking for sponsors. Anytime that I'm out talking to people, I'm always saying.
Any word from Vicky's PC Repair?
Not about anything other than hey.
But hey, huh?
So big shout out to Vicky's PC Repair. You got a computer problem? You can go to her.
Yeah, vicky's.pc.repair@gmail.com.
Right.
Or you can reach out to her at 585-489 or 5055.
I was looking to see where my piece of paper
Okay.
was. I lost it.
Now, the other thing that I got to make a correction on, when I typed it in and I looked at it, I said waistband. You don't get up and do this here number to write some names on it.
Wow.
It's a wristband.
He did that on camera.
He
Did you
did
notice?
that. Remember to black that out when you read it.
Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, do the whole mosaic.
But anyway, it's a wristband that they had for air writing, not a waistband.
Right.
So I misread it and mistyped it. So that would be
Interesting.
pretty good.
That was interesting. I don't even know
That
where to
was.
go with that.
But
Holy
anyway,
cow.
We are entertaining here.
Once in a great while, yes.
Yes.
I swear, you know something? I just love your hair.
I love it.
I love your hair too.
Yes.
Depends on which end we're looking at.
Okay, anyway.
Anyway.
Okay, I'm going to move on to the security alert of the week
Oh, we're not
because.
gonna. All right, go ahead.
Well, we're not
going
going to what? What do we do?
You finishing up your fort?
Wristband.
Oh, you started on that topic. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, we could go to yours. I can come back to it.
No, go ahead.
No.
Wristband. The wristband's fine.
No, it's a wristband instead of a waistband. I thought it said waistband, and that's how fast I read some articles and scan it, and I'm trying to get it up and type it to put it in.
Well,
but anyway, it's a wristband like your watch,
Yep.
and what it does is through your smartphone technology. There's an app for that.
There is an app for that.
So
And actually, Apple is coming out with a new watch so you can control everything from your smartphone
That is scary.
on your watch
That is still scary. Just-
with the curved glass.
yeah. Well, not the wristbands. The fact that Snide's sitting here talking about the waistband.
Right?
Could you imagine that? Oh my god! Oh my god! Your
Let me know.
iPhone's gonna start critiquing you on things like, well, geez, you just didn't quite hit the urinal that time.
okay,
Go ahead.
never mind. I won't go there.
I know. I was already there.
Let's
I was
stop.
already there in my head. It's okay.
Yeah.
Keep going. Let's go.
But anyway, stabbing at your tiny touch screen.
Oh my dear
that-
God!
Stabbing with your finger at the tiny touchscreen keyboard
With your waist.
with club thumbs and fingers. You know how it is. Because, like I said, I don't want any of these new phones because the
Why not?
oh Jesus, you think I misspelled on this here laptop? Oh, I had misspelled.
You're stabbing at your waistband thing. Just, woo, okay, we got to try to keep this clean.
Now you talk about me doing things. Oh my
I'm
God!
sorry. Well, I'm sorry. You really got
Put
really
an
got
image in
that
his
one.
head. You put images in the head.
Well, yeah. I mean, oh my God, you actually painted that so perfect. It was like, okay,
So
and it
anyway,
wasn't
that's-
intentional.
in Germany, this is what they're telling. Felt that you could design a better way to type using your gestures in the air. Well, with a band. I'm sorry, I got to have a band on.
Nice.
So this will type your programs. But like I said, these these new cell phones that you got, well, now they're getting bigger. But I mean, the ones like mine I have here, it's so hard to type, with thumbs. You get the,
Right.
I don't even do texting anyway.
Remember the whole cell phone technology? They were like this big, and then all of a sudden they were like,
This
so you can
thing,
get the smallest cell phone out there. Now they're getting
Bigger.
bigger again.
like this,
Well, because they can't read or they can't see. I mean,
like this one here,
Well,
real small.
okay.
Well, everybody wants.
And now
everybody
they're
wants
getting bigger.
the computer in their phone.
I think that's just ridiculous. I'm sorry. I mean, I like the idea that you can take your email with you, you can read
I
it,
got
you can
GPS
try to
and I got this.
you could try to respond and stuff like that. I don't feel it's a good technology for me. That's why I don't have a smartphone.
I walk around with a 7-inch screen in my back pocket.
Right. I mean, how are you going to do that? I mean, you're going to have to carry around a little. We're all going to have man purses soon.
Man purse.
Man purse.
Yes, you're going to have a man purse. I'm going to have. Well, you already got a man purse for that thing.
He's got a floral.
I would. Oh my God, it would be so
love one of
cute.
them floral-
Right, absolutely.
Floral, the bright colors.
Oh my God,
are so
stop it.
in this year.
But
Where are we going?
it's
with
a
this? I
thin
have no idea.
glove-like wristband is equipped with an accelerator, sensors, and gyroscopes.
Okay,
Those like you already found in cell phones.
so that's almost like.
For GPS and it recognizes.
So basically, let me just relate this for a second. So basically, this new technology there with this wristband, not waistband, wristband, okay, is gonna have the same kind of thought process as this new in-air mouse that you put a sensor in front of your computer screen, and then you just make the gestures, and that's your mouse, and then tap tap, that's double click,
Yeah.
you can do multi-touch. So it's the same thought process, but instead of being an IR sensor, where are you in three-dimensional space, it's using the wristband to detect where you are and what your motions are.
So it's a good idea, but is that going to be laptops going to be around to do that, or is that going to be incorporated? Now we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago about how the laptops will never go away.
Well, I don't think a PC or a desktop computer are ever going to go away, because I think there's points or reasons to have them. I don't think the mobile devices are ever going to be powerful enough. Maybe 20 years from now.
20 years from now, maybe.
Maybe. But they just haven't gotten it down to where, your iPad is just as powerful as my i7 desktop with 8 gigs of memory.
They got to shrink the memory.
Right, they got to do something.
So, but there was one gesture I was going to. Oh, Windows. Now, with this on your OS system, which is Windows 8,
Right?
now you're going to be able to slide that across to move your
Yes.
back and forth and up and down
Well,
wherever you want to.
I think that's the whole intent was everything has gone to this strange Windows / tablet / Android gesture kind of thing. I mean, Android, we got to give credit where credit was due. Android was the first operating system to ever incorporate multi-screens and gesturing to get to either screen. So you don't like Flipper, you just gesture them over, and now you got JJ. You gesture them this way, now you got Snipe. I think that's.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much the reason, or where that whole technology kind of is going, because that's the way people kind of work. Now we've programmed ourselves. And I'm not trying to call somebody a simpleton, but I suppose I am in another way. But the whole thing with the cell phones and the tablets and stuff was to, one, simplify the interface so that the user doesn't have to learn a whole operating system again and learn where everything is. And basically, we'll package it and hand it to you, and we'll dictate to you this is what you do with it. That's how the iPhones work on iOS.
Just find an app and
just find the apps that you want,
right,
and that's it.
Right.
But like I say, for somebody like I was looking at the new phones the other day, and do I really want to get involved with a Droid or something of that nature?
Right.
And I says, now, does it have Gorilla Glass? Does it do this? Does it do that? Because I'm always laying on my hip or side or something, or bumping it or cracking it. I says, I got to have one that's almost indestructibly. Well, when I do that, now I got to pay $200 for one of them.
Yeah.
Flat, screens about that big.
Yeah, smartphones. Yep.
Yeah.
So
4-inch, 5-inch.
Yeah. So,
But there's the big thing. A lot of people don't feel that they're small enough to be portable or carryable. So a lot of times you'll see the guys having the regular old smartphones, the small ones that they can fit in their jean pocket or in pocket.
The iPad Mini fits right in your back pocket.
Does it really?
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about trying one of those.
I mean, it hangs over up the top, this much, but it slides right in your jeans
yeah,
pocket.
but is it the glass? If you sit on it, is it going to break or whatever?
No, you'll have apple juice. That's fine.
You got Gorilla Glass on it.
Yeah.
But
so I mean. So debatable.
Indestructible,
I mean, debatable on the whole situation, but I think the social piece to this whole thing would be that the guys would be carrying the smaller devices in their pockets, where the girls would have their purses. So
unless you have a man purse, of course.
Right, unless you have a man purse, and I found one for you.
I got my own.
I got a backpack.
The one I was looking at was much more floral than that.
One more floral. I'll carry my iPad and everything in there. See, very nice. Nice gift.
It was going to be an embroidered floral pattern with I've got an app for this.
With my name on it?
Yep.
All right.
JJ is an app for this.
But getting back to the sensors with that, like I said, with the air rating and all that, with the Windows 8 and all this. Now are they going to come out with Windows 9 so that you get a much better deal with this stuff?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm really not. I know a lot of technicians, and I know a lot of hardcore PC people that are not happy with Windows 8. I can tell you, just because of, it's like mixed reviews. It's very mixed reviews. You have that start screen, the Metro screen, which I swear to God, that's got to be a joke on metrosexual, but whatever. Okay, so you got the Metro screen. Okay,
why can't you change that?
Well, you can't. That's the whole thing. I've looked for it on a couple different people's computers. There's no way to stop it from doing that. You actually have to go do a registry hack and a program in order to bypass that start screen and get right to a desktop.
That's not the way it should be written or should be done.
Right. The user should have control.
It's like I say. There's good many times at sites that I visit, and now they got all these things in the background, and all of a sudden you close down your
browser?
Windows, your browser, you close that down, and the next thing you know, you got all these apps behind it that are all opened up.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not smart enough that if I want something, I can open it up. I got to do these. Now I'm clicking on the X, and I could care less whether I read them or not. I want them closed down so I can go on to something else. Bing, 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 bing. And I could care less about their apps or their advertisement.
Right.
So that's why we got to get more advertisements. Come on and advertise for us.
Right, something. I don't know.
So,
very good.
It's going to be interesting. So,
coming back on the flip side.
Are we there? Are we there yet? Yeah, we are there.
Holy cow!
I told you. That's why I said hurry. No, I don't want to hurry.
I got an hour.
But like I said, that ear rating is for a wristband, not a waistband. Sorry, I misinterpreted it.
I still think we should come up with a waistband that sits there and judges you on speed, distance, and aiming for urinals.
There you go.
What do you think?
It's possible.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. All right, we'll be right back with Tech Talk Live after these brief messages. I'm Flipper.
I'm Snyde.
And I'm JJ.
We'll be right back. It's Tech Talk Live's product reviews. Are you looking for a great wireless optical mouse for your laptop, desktop, or gaming system? The Logitech M305 fits the bill. Go check it out at tiny.cc/TTLM001. The Acer Aspire V3771 is a great laptop. It comes with an Intel i3 processor, 6GB of RAM, 750GB hard drive, 17-inch screen, and Windows 8. Comes in at a great price point. Go check it out at tiny.cc/TTLA001. This has been a Tech Talk Live product review.
Vicky's PC Repair, 585-489-5055. Did your PC go kablooey? Maybe your laptop is screwy. Then call Vicky's PC Repair, 585-489-5055. Need some computer training? Maybe your computer is old and failing. Then call Vicky's PC Repair, 585-489-5055. Ready to hammer your hard drive? Tech support got you waiting for days. Virus and worms and malware, oh my. Then call Vicky's PC Repair, 585-489-5055. Tell her Flipper sent you. Biggie's PC Repair, 585-489-5055.
Welcome to Seneca County, the center of New York's Finger Lakes region. Did you pack your camera? Capture frame after frame of breathtaking vistas that only rolling vineyards nestled between sparkling blue lakes can create, where sunrises and sunsets are events in themselves. Explore small towns and villages filled with quaint shops and rich history. Take in one of our many festivals that celebrate everything from the harvest to women's rights. Tour vineyards and farms and sample the sumptuous foods and wines that the Finger Lakes are known for worldwide. It's the deep waters of these lakes that make our wines and produce so special. They moderate the temperature year-round, creating a unique climate and ideal growing conditions. In fact, it'll only take a few sips of our wines for you to see why so many of our wineries come home with top honors from national and international competitions each year. If you're not a wine lover, wet your whistle at one of the microbreweries, meaderies, distilleries, and cideries that complement the wine trails in Seneca County. Or enjoy the dining, live entertainment, and special events you'll find at the wineries year-round. For quick nosh, nothing goes better with wine than cheese. Sample the area's best right at the wineries. Stop by an artisan cheesemaker's farm. Or get your fill of all our farm fresh products at the road stands, farm markets, and restaurants that dot the county. Then, work it off. Our parks, golf courses, and waterways offer you every outdoor activity imaginable. Bike, hike, or cross-country ski the over 30 miles of trails at Finger Lakes National Forest. Hike or snowshoe through the Montezuma National Wildlife Refuge, where you'll get to see thousands of migratory birds and other wildlife species in their natural habitat. Or if water's more your thing, boat rentals and launches provide easy access to the lakes and the Cayuga-Seneca Canal, which is part of the Erie Canal system and connects both lakes. Plus, there's lots of beaches, splash parks, kayaking, sailing, and canoeing to keep even the most die-hard fish happy. Speaking of fish, you won't believe the variety you'll find here in the Finger Lakes. From recreational to tournament fishing, you'll catch your fill and then some. So stock up on the tartar sauce and be sure to pack your pole. As you can see, if you love nature, you're going to love Seneca County. And if you love history, you'll love it here too. Our communities along the canal are home to historical events that changed the world. Seneca Falls was the site of the first Women's Rights Convention in 1848. Visit the Women's Rights National Historical Park and tour the convention site. Then go through the National Women's Hall of Fame, which celebrates extraordinary American women. Other area museums chronicle our role in the development of industry and transportation throughout history, like the Terwilliger Museum in Waterloo, the village nationally recognized as the birthplace of Memorial Day. The holiday began there in 1866 and is still a big event throughout the community today. For the story behind the holiday, visit the National Memorial Day Museum and delve into exhibits which honor the sacrifice of those who served our country. For more military history, head to the Sampson State Park Military Museum, which honors our veterans through its displays and their annual salute to the troops. Once you've had your fill of history, a little retail therapy may be in order. Our villages and country roads are filled with antique, boutique, and specialty shops for hours of treasure hunting. The Amish and Mennonite communities are strong and thriving here as well. Their markets and stands are must-visits if you're looking for great handmade furniture or homemade baked goods. And for great deals on the latest in designer fashions and more, Waterloo Premium Outlets is home to 100-plus name brand stores. Exhausted yet? Well, when you are ready to settle in for the night, you'll have your choice of woodsy settings, gorgeous lake views, or in-town charm. Pick from any of our stately bed and breakfasts, quaint cabins, friendly campgrounds, or hotels and motels complete with all the modern amenities. So, whether you're planning a romantic weekend getaway, a day trip filled with shopping and wine tours, or a week of exploration and outdoor fun, we invite you to come visit us in Seneca County and see for yourself why we're the center of the Finger Lakes. We promise you an experience that will linger in your memory like one of our fine wines and leave you wanting more.
Tech Talk Live, your computer talk show up here in upstate New York. I'm Flipper.
I'm Snide.
And I'm JJ.
And we are a computer talk show. We take your questions. We talk about news items that relate around computers and technology. And we want to take your questions, so please give us a call at 315-220-0692 or
email us at techtalkliveny@gmail.com.
Find us on Facebook and like us.
like us, share us, do something, help us. We're trying to get more listeners.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we got a lot of different topics this week, evidently. Evidently. We do.
Evidently.
We do have a lot of topics this week.
We would like
Holy
your
cow.
topics. Give us a call. We
Yes.
would like your topics.
Anyway,
Right.
this last week was definitely a big week in security and computer security, and people have got to be aware. There is a lot of things going on out there. The PWNED Festival or Hackers Festival or whatever that happens every year.
Is that the one in Las Vegas?
Yes, one of them.
Yeah.
Basically, it's basically a contest, and
Who can break into what?
right, basically, and there's different prizes for breaking into different things. So, like this last week, one company who employs several hackers found a vulnerability in Firefox that actually relates to Chrome and IE and all web browsers that will make it very easy for a hacker to do a drive-by download and actually take control of your computer remotely by remotely executing certain types of code.
Watch out. Drive-by downloads. Got a whole new meaning to drive-by now.
Well, I mean, it's been out there. It's been out there. So
Right, I understand, but it's just...
now it just
kinda
sounds funny. Yeah, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like hacking your car then. Your little fob that you lock the door with and everything.
Yep.
Right.
You got to be careful using that because hackers can get that code.
Well, right. I mean,
It's
but they got to be
electronically
so
produced.
they got to be so close to it. But
Well, all you got to do is park in the parking lot there, and all you got to do is get out of your car,
yeah, and they got to do it so many times though in order to get the code. That's the whole problem. You got to crack that code, and I think it's 64-bit code on those fobs, so it might take a little bit, but.
They were saying they were getting into them less than all you do is 1 second to push that button.
Really?
Yep, and they get.
Oh, get out of here!
That
Jeez.
reproduces the code in this, regenerates the code in the computer, and it
just-
ain't long, and they can.
We're just all going to be paranoid, delusional by the end of the
No,
year.
well, they're
But
already
anyhow-
that,
Anyway,
but-
Anyhow,
You can't be afraid of technology, so...
well, you can't be afraid of everything. I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, we need to be aware of it. We just don't want to be afraid of it because if you're
Right.
afraid of it, they win.
That's all I was just bringing it up for, is being
Right.
aware of it.
Right. So anyway, during this whole HackerFest thing, there was several vulnerabilities, and one of the things, a hack on Chrome, Google Chrome, the browser, and if you have it on Windows 7, was worth $100,000 to a company that won it by finding this hacker, this back door. So, yeah, some good things come from these type of events. Other things, it's just like, okay, there's no patch for it yet. Google isn't. I mean, Google's how many deep for programmers for Chrome?
I can see...
Yeah.
I could see corporate sponsors doing this just
Yeah.
to check the vulnerability. I mean, this is something they just go out and do on their own.
Well, there's everything from, I mean, even some members of Anonymous actually participate in this. So that's one of the things that kind of gets weird is that, you get some of these not so nice hackers being part of these things and earning money.
Right, to fund their operation.
Right. That's what worries me. And of course, MWR promises a more in-depth breakdown of its hack. MWR being the company that broke this Chrome Windows 7 hack, will give a more in-depth how this whole vulnerability is. So this happened like this last week. I think March 7th was the last day of it. So that was what, yesterday or Thursday?
Thursday, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was going on all week. All these hacks had gotten published already. You can go find all these vulnerabilities online someplace. I mean, it's not as secure as it should be. So, beware. there's some vulnerabilities out there for all web browsers. I would definitely make a recommendation to upgrade your web browser as soon as they get a patch. So if Chrome comes out with a patch, get it immediately. If Firefox, if you're using that, get a patch as soon as you can. If Microsoft does some patching, get those as well, because you're going to need to get this patch, because these drive-by download situations, these drive-by remote access situations are really going to start taking a toll on corporate and government and personal. And it's just, we all got to try to protect ourselves, because if you're not protected and I'm not protected, but JJ's protected, you might as well say JJ's not protected because everybody else isn't. So it's really a community effort.
Find a back door through yours to get to him.
Right. So that's kind of the thing.
Well, look at what happened. Was it the JavaScript that?
With MSNBC?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was just a hole in Java, and that just allowed them to download their rootkit to your computer without you ever knowing it.
Crazy.
And then all of a sudden, now you got remote access. Now your computer's just sitting there, and you're working along. All of a sudden, everything starts closing and changing and doing stuff, and you don't even know who the heck's doing it. You don't have nothing there's nothing on the computer that says, "Oh, you got this" or "You didn't get this." And it wasn't for a week or 10 days before they actually got some patching out and some information about these hacks, because they were worried about putting this information out for the hacks, because then other sites would get hacked and other people would get hacked. And it's like, come on, you need to give us something, because if you don't, we can't help protect ourselves.
Now, here's one for you the other day. My XYZ significant other fired up her computer at supper time.
Yeah.
At the table. All of a sudden, the screen goes, and she says, "What's going on?" I says, "What do you mean, what's going on?" So I got up out of the chair, and here's the screen just changing from one color to the other color to the other. About every 3/4 of a second would change another color. The full screen, no OS, no nothing.
Right.
So I thought, well, is it video card, or is it being hacked, or is it? And I says, the best thing to do is punch, hold, and let her shut down.
Punch and hold the power button, turn it off hard. Yep.
Right. And that's what I did. And then when I went to reboot it up, it wouldn't come on.
So it was a video card.
No, it wouldn't come on. It kept, and I punched it again, it wouldn't come on. I didn't punch it, I pressed it.
It was hardware then.
So anyway, about 4 or 5 tries, I says, there's got to be something going on here somewhere. So I waited a few seconds, and I pushed it and held it for like about, maybe a half a second. Pushed it, held, and I let go of it, and then the lights and everything come on, and it started firing up. It went right on normally.
All right, let me give you a tip on that, so that other people can. It sounds like it was hardware of some sort, whether it was power, whether it was video card, motherboard, or whatever. To discharge a laptop properly, so that you can get a complete cold reboot. Okay, you have to take out the battery, take the power off, let it sit for 10 seconds, 30 seconds. Plug everything back in, then power it up, and that would have done your hard reset to the point where you could tell, okay, was it hardware, was it not hardware, was it software? It really sounds like you started having a hardware issue, or there was a hardware issue, and then when you got it shut down, whatever that hardware issue was still happening, and then you just couldn't get it to come back up. I mean, software is not going to stop the power button from doing its job, and that's why if you do want to make sure it's not software, you take the battery out, take the power off. It's just like what we did with computers, regular PCs. You unplug the power for 30 seconds, let it discharge, memory's cleared, then you can move on and turn it back on and go. So there's a tip for restarting your laptop. So, and that'll work for MacBook or anybody or whoever.
But anyway, we got it fired back up, and we haven't had the problem in 3 or 4 days now.
Right, so that's probably what it was. You were having a hardware issue. It just was really screwing stuff up bad.
But it wouldn't recognize it in the, what do I want to call it, the
BIOS.
The analyzing of the computer on startup.
Right, yeah, I probably wouldn't have noticed it. If it was starting up normally, that's the whole thing. I mean, if it was actually coming up normally, it was probably not going to see it.
But anyway.
A little hardware glitch, reboot, start.
A little burp, and you're good to go.
Okay, anything else next round table?
What do you got?
JJ?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
I got plenty of stuff yet.
I got a little bit. I can touch on the piracy copyright battle again.
Sure.
So,
You want to do that? I love doing that kind of stuff.
but like I say, I got a picture of boats in the harbor, shooting at each other, copywriting and all that.
Oh, right. Yes. Well, it is a big. The copyright laws and the copyright wars are very big right now because people really have a strange perception on what this all means and how it means and what it's going to do and
There
so on
was
and so
something that
forth.
come down the other day on this, and I'm trying to remember something about copyright infringements and how far does it go. And I read the article and I can't remember it now, but anyway.
Well,
I
copyright infringements, how far can it go?
No, how far it went. So
Oh.
I should have clicked on it and saved it, and then I would have had it. I just got to learn to click on these things when I read them to save them. Then if I don't need them, I can discard them,
Yeah, right.
Right.
But anyway, the U.S. Copyright holders like our
IAA.
IAA and MPAA, so have a new weapon to battle piracy. We can read on to find out how it works, and it goes on down here. What is it? And a copyright alert system, CAS, is a system developed by the Internet Services Provider, ISP, including Comcast, Verizon, and Time Warner.
Well, this is what we started talking about last week.
Copyright holders and largely the Motion Picture Association of America is the other ones that are copyright infringements on videos. So
Well, the big thing with this whole topic is that I have two problems with this. Okay,
One.
and number one is we can't have the ISP securely give us internet. They absolutely downright refuse blocking hackers, blocking countries that are causing problems, so on and so forth. They absolutely refuse to do that because the internet is an open internet network source. But now we have copyright infringements and coming after the normal, everyday, decent people, and now we're going to play Big Brother and watch what you're doing and what I'm doing and what he's doing, and we're now the criminals. And I do have that problem with this whole situation because, you know me. I'm typically not this Big Brother kind of, however you want to put it, kind of going off the deep end about Big Brother's coming after me or it's all this or it's all that or all the other. But this just absolutely infuriates me that we will gladly go after normal everyday Joes for copyright infringements, even when they might not be the ones committing them. But we can't.
Such as downloading music and stuff?
Downloading music and stuff, or, what's going to happen to people like YouTube? What's going to happen to people like YouTube? You have music videos. I mean, artists publish their music videos all over the place up there. What's to say I can't just go to YouTube and play a music video? I can't go watch it? There's something wrong with that. Okay, well, now we're going to destroy YouTube by saying, okay, every time somebody watches this video, you have to, whether you watch it all the way through or not, you're going to have to pay us 25 cents.
well, it's like I said.
Get out.
There's a lot of things up there like Ray Stevens now putting on YouTube.
Right.
And there's a lot of songs there that are hilarious and funny as they get
All
out.
sin, right? Yep.
And all you got to do is go on YouTube and find them. You know what I mean?
But it is again.
The full song is there.
Now, if you go and do that, now all of a sudden you're going to be liable for 25 cents, or is it going to be YouTube going to be liable for 25 cents for viewing that?
You'll have to put your credit card in first before you can
Right, get the heck out of here. No, and no. Okay, and am I saying that I want to protect people that are really doing serious copyright infringement? No. If you are somebody who's taking and buying the videos and then burning them off as digital files and getting them up on services like YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and this, that, and the other so people can watch them, no, you're committing copyright infringement because you are the problem. But if you are just somebody going out there and you're looking for content and the content's out there, now all of a sudden you're the one who's getting nailed.
Who put this
Get
on,
out of here.
Who put this on the video in the first place? Was it the person that
That's
owned the
my
material?
point. That's my point. And this whole thing, what I read about it this last week, really seems like it's a twist. It's a knife twist to the big conglomerate corporate people coming down on the littler people and the other corporate people that are just saying,
I think
"Hey,
they're
we're
gonna
for
make
the
their
people."
money.
What?
How do you think they're going to make their money? Come on.
Personally speaking, you know what? I got one personal speaking. There is not a soul that has ever sponsored any one of my radio shows, any one of my music CDs, nothing that I've ever done, nothing I have ever done, have I ever gotten one of these RIAAs or MIAAs or anything else to ever sit there and say,
missing in action.
Hey, cease and desist.
But I have never, ever had one of them sit there and go, you know what, we like your content just enough to help you copyright it and make sure that other people don't get it, and it's only generated a certain way.
How about the stuff that you produce for somebody else, like P?
Yeah.
And things like that. Is that all copyright protected? It probably should be.
It is.
Yeah.
It is copyright protected. But the point is that what are you going to do with it? You're small time. What are you going to do? And that's where I think the problem is. The big time people are getting all their money, but the small time people are still not getting nothing. And that's part of the problem here. You cannot sit here and tell me that you love doing this show for free every week. I mean, yes, it's a labor of love. I love doing this show. I love doing the Digital Babble. I'd like to make a little bit of money with it. Not a lot. I'm not looking to get rich. I would love to make a little bit of money with it so that I can afford to pay for the domain name. I'd like to be able to make a little money, add it, take everybody out to meal every week.
$2 million a year wouldn't be small.
Okay, yeah, like
that would be nice.
That would be nice.
A little small.
We'll do the show for 4 years and be out. But my point still comes down to is I've seen some amazing artists out there, amazing artists that are not label recognized or even label anything. They offer a lot of their stuff not only for free, but then you can go buy their stuff on CD Baby, and yeah, sure, they're probably losing money because they're offering it for free as well, but still, they're becoming more and more popular. They're getting more and more people. They're getting more and more concert tours. Hey, that's working out for them. Why is the RIAA and the whatever the hell the other thing is?
I gotta go up and see.
Yeah, whatever. But why is it they're becoming this corporate giant that's trying to squash everybody? Oh, you can't watch this movie or that movie because it's copyrighted.
Right.
Well, wait a minute. What's going to happen with Netflix? Well, you pay a subscription fee to them. Okay, so basically what you're saying, anything on YouTube is going to be, we got to get rid of the YouTube thought process. You can't put movies up on YouTube at all. Okay, fine. That's fine. I can give that. But where is it the ISP's responsibility? And if anything, I want to charge the ISPs for keeping my computer safe and my network safe. There shouldn't be anybody coming into my network from the outside. And I can tell you right now, from my router and what my router tells me, there are people trying to get into my stuff here, get past my router every minute of every day of every week. And I'm sure yours at home is doing the same thing.
No.
And it's just like, why? Why?
You had to get them going.
No, mine is.
So there's my 2 points.
Mine is, how do I want to say it? Password protected.
Yes.
But that doesn't stop them from trying to get in.
No,
Change your passwords.
No, but that's part of the problem. I mean, they're going to put all this traffic to your router and slow down your internet. So now that you go into, like saying Roadrunner, I'll use them as an example. Okay, you get a 2 megabit pipe and you got somebody outside or a bunch of somebody's outside going, oh, I'm going to try to hack this guy here. I don't know who the heck it is, but let's see who it is. And, you get all this inbound traffic. Now you can't upload anything because it's slower than snot. I can tell you that's the reason why some of the libraries around here are having such a hard time with the internet that they get. It's not that it's throttled back. It's because they're public enough where people are trying to hit those networks so much.
See what's going on.
Whose fault is that? Is that the person? No. We pay damn good money for internet service, and these people can't keep you or me safe or stop some of these people from generating traffic on our networks. Get out of here. And then we can sit here and have the RIAA, the corporate giant come down and squash people. Get the hell out of here.
Dictate to us what we can do and what we can't do.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, if your computer takes a crap on you, just call Vicky's PC Repair.
Absolutely.
And she should be able to help you out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that's a really nasty topic for me. I'm just...
But I say it last week, and I says, this is what we were talking about, and let's get back into it and see, what is going on.
It really just gets me burned because it's so stupid that, if I was an ISP, if I was Time Warner, do I want to dictate to my customers what they're going to be able to see and not see? No. But would I want to try to protect them from bad things happening? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, because
I do
it'll do
remember.
two things. It'll do two things. And the first thing it'll do, it'll make you look good. Second thing it'll do, it'll make it so that you don't have as much support calls, so you don't have to have that frickin' support number for people to call in and go, hey, my PC's froze. I can't figure out what's going on, Roadrunner. You guys suck.
And 3, you might make some money on it because people are going to come to you.
Well, it's,
Right.
it's like back. Remember when we had the first router in there,
Yeah.
and it would, like, if you were using it outgoing, it would blink, and then the incoming would blink, and then it would quit.
Yep.
Blink, blink.
Then no, well,
It
I'm
was.
just saying,
That's what it was. Blink, blink.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
blink, 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 blink.
you know. But
You forget.
now all of a sudden, now the PC is taken off and it's going blinkety blinking. Those two lights are going back and forth like it's
No tomorrow.
you know.
Yeah.
And I says, like,
What's going on? Yeah.
bringing in the aircraft or something. So I called them up and find out what was going on, and they said it was our protection.
Bomber to Bomber Bay 2, clear for landing. Come on down.
Hey,
Well, I'm just. Well, it's just like I said. It's all this nonstop, 24 hours a day, whether your computer's on or not.
Right?
This machine down there, down cellar, is doesn't turn off. It's just blink, 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 like.
Right? And that's kind of my point. Why is it why is the ISP going for the corporate giants and being okay with that, but not helping the people that pay their frickin' bill out? Come on.
Do I pay a bill?
Yes, you pay a bill.
Every day.
Every week. Anyway, real quick, I'm going to move on to another hot topic that really ticks me off. Well, I'll do the quick one first. There is that whole, Senate thing where the U.S. Senate and the U.S. House of Representatives is forcing cell phone companies, to allow the user to unlock their phones for certain reasons or whatever the case may be. Minnesota Democrat Amy Klobuchar, I can't pronounce her name, Klobuchar, today officially introduced legislation that would make it legal for consumers to unlock their cell phones without carrier permission. So
what does that mean? Unlock your phones?
well, a lot of people unlock their phones for a lot of good reasons. Other people not so much.
To resell.
Well, part of that is to resell as part of the problem.
Right.
But the unlocking of the cell phone allows you to add in different pieces or different add-ons. Like saying if you want a different feature on your phone, a lot of times
There's
can't.
an app for that.
No, you can't get it in that app.
Right.
But you could get it from a different place, but it adds to the operating system. So by unlocking the phone or rooting your phone, you can then go download this app, put it on your phone, and upgrade your phone in a sense.
Right.
And basically, it's to get rid of the carrier dictation, where the dictator of the being the carrier, AT&T, Verizon, whoever, saying you will do it my way. You pay me to do it my way, and that's what the law basically is trying to get that to stop. Which is, I wish they would start doing.
I read the whole article and I didn't understand it
Right.
by the meaning of unlocking, so that you.
Well, it basically gives you root access to the operating system, so you can add or
So you
change.
make
So if I
changes,
want
right, pretty much.
If I want Mozilla or Firefox
Right.
or Opera, I can use that OS instead of Microsoft.
Well, not necessarily OSs. It's going to enhance the OS. So, like saying if you wanted to have like a GPS Finder, Finder app, like one of the GPS Finder apps, you can't get through the App Store. You have to unlock the phone, put it in there, and it hides in the background. So if a hacker takes your phone or somebody steals your phone, they're not going to see this app, but it's going to report back to a secure portal where that phone resides. Okay.
I saw a neat app for that.
Did you?
Oh my God.
But
yeah.
anyway,
Online.
getting back to that.
Well, then research it and do it next week, and we'll do it up.
Yeah, get some more on that. Anyway, getting back to that GPS system, that's what the cell phone's all about. When I go down there to Myrtle Beach on vacation, my cell phone is tracked because when you call one number from down there, it don't come all the way back up here to the cell phone and back all the way down there. It goes from the nearest tower down there to
Right.
where I'm calling.
Nice.
Right, absolutely. So I mean, I'll give it to you that's what it's doing. But whoops, sorry. But the unlocking piece is probably the biggest thing that the carriers, the corporate conglomerates here, want not to happen because they're trying to provide they're trying to provide software as a service is what they're trying to do. They're trying to go under that
Presumption.
guise, yes. And software as a service, well, you're getting a cell phone as a service. You're getting what we tell you is going to be okay for you to use because you pay us. Okay? So this bill basically is going to try to make the distinction between where does the corporation stop or the provider stop and the customer and the consumer begin.
Similar to what happened to Time Warner this week.
Yes, same thing.
So in other words, they got to pay back to the people all this extra money that they. I don't know what the whole story was. I didn't get to read it. But
Yeah, it was.
I'll look
very,
it up and eventually.
It was a weird. That was a weird legal thing, but yeah, it was basically the same concept about the modems.
Yeah.
Charging rent for the modems versus having them go get their own modems. There was some presumptuous things happening in the accounting department, and they got to pay back, I don't know, $2 and something to quite a few different people per month for however many months it was that. So
it was quite a many
millions
of dollars.
Yep.
Not just two-figure. It was three-figure numbers. If I understood it.
Yeah, it was pretty big. It was
Nice.
a pretty big number. But Time Warner is almost national now. I mean, they only got a
Yeah.
few spots that they're not. So
Well, Comcast is the biggest. How can Time Warner be bigger?
I thought Time Warner was bigger than Comcast because they keep buying out pieces of Comcast.
Well, they might be buying out pieces of Comcast, but that's the crumbs off the table that they don't want to do. But Comcast is still the biggest.
I'll have to look that one up. I'll have to
Look
look
it-
that one up, yeah. I always thought Time Warner was the big conglomerate.
Well, I thought they were getting that way too. So
yeah, well, anyway.
minute hand has got to the point of 12.
Yes, okay. I
Yes.
just wanted to bring up one more thing just because I want to do it and get it out of the way. One of the big things that a lot of parents have always complained about, and I think this is such a cop-out for parents, and I'm not a official parent, so I'm not going to comment about parenting, but I think you're going to get in on this. Did you see the title? This just in. Parents impact kids more than video games do.
Wow.
So a recent study found at you can go to the PlayStation 3 or the a general review of general psychology, and that's at www.apa.org/pubs and all the journals and stuff. But a recent journal basically comes down to that, the focus topic was video games in general, and mostly on video games as tools for cognitive enhancement, particularly massively multiplayer online games, MMOs. So like Warcraft, Medal of or Call of Duty, EverQuest, those kinds of things. It did discuss three different things, but the 3 points that I want to make with this is that you are the influence as a parent, not the video game. You always told me video games are not real, right? They're not real. This is fantasy. This is reality. And that was one of the first things you instilled in me when I was 5 years old, and then continued to instill in me until I was like 25. Okay. So
You're still doing it. What are you talking about?
right. But what I found so interesting about this psychology note about the different video games.
Right.
If a parent, and I think this is one of the things that a few parents that I know have done right, if a parent just allows their kids to do whatever they want with video games, yes, it's very possible that the young mind can be very corruptible based on, what type of scenario you're in. You let a kid play Call of Duty 8 hours a day while you're at work or whatever, and then come home and play it another 3-4 hours a day with you when you get home, that kid is not going to have the same brain function as the next kid. I mean, there's going to be some things. I mean, that kid's basically going through war. That's what this game is shoot 'em up war. 8 hours a day.
A child's mind is not corrupt until we, the people, corrupt it.
Okay, I'll give you that. That's a nice philosophical saying.
We, the people, corrupt the child's mind, and if you don't corrupt it and you teach them the right stuff to do, the child's mind does not get corrupt. Such as, well, never mind. I won't go there.
Right?
Are we back to the waste belt thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Darn. But anyway, what I find amazing, especially a couple comments on Facebook that I've seen over the last few days, is that this topic is very taboo, because a lot of parents use gaming systems as babysitters. And instead of, well, I mean, it's okay for kids to play games, but watch and monitor what games they're playing and then see what they're doing. I mean,
What did we do when we were kids? We went out and played baseball or kickball or went over and did basketball over to the school or some other thing or whatever. We didn't have these machines in our face 724.
But that's part of the problem with
can't
the social change.
socialize,
The
yeah.
social change that has happened
Society
in this country.
driven, actually.
Right. I mean, remember when, a bunch of people around the school sat there and complained about the kids going over and playing basketball all the time over at, Lafayette School or Main Street School? Oh, we can't have this anymore. You're not allowed to use these facilities. Now the facilities sit empty. What is the point? Society has destroyed the social interaction
Because,
piece. Not
like-
technology, it's how we use technology.
Complain about something, and it's not up to the majority anymore. It's the minority that rules.
Right.
And that's BS.
But anyway, my point still is that, you parents out there that are having problems with your kids in video games, step up to the plate. You got the power. This study proves it, that the kids will listen to you. You have to step up and hit the button and say, listen, enough's enough. We're done. And this study says that you have the power to do that. Parents are more influential than games and the internet. Right here it is, black and white. Go do it. Make choices better. Get these kids. And I know somebody's gonna, probably bitch because I'm not a real parent.
Well, I are.
You are, but the point comes down to is I've seen so many people cop things out, and I can't control my kid's behavior because he plays too much Call of Duty. I can't control my kid's behavior because he does this or that.
I think Mimi would support you 100%. So.
Really?
Well, the whole thing of it is the society has made this problem. Oh, you don't touch my kid, and I'm the only one that corrects him. But anyway, now you got government that says you can't touch your kid because we'll take your kid away from you. Mm-hmm. I mean, what's the point of discipline if you can't discipline? I'm not saying beat the daylights out of him where he's all maimed to hell, but a swat on the butt isn't going to hurt anybody. And I'm sorry, you can take me for whatever it's worth. I never put a hand on you, but boy, I threw that car that day.
Oh yeah, that's true. Anyway,
you could make a whole topic on it just for an hour. I'm sure.
We could, but I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was a very fascinating study that really brought a different light to this whole Facebook. I'm bitching about my kids' thought process. Where people are like, oh, I can't stand my kids. Oh my God, they just play video games all day. They don't do anything. And then you look at what the person does. Well, I sit on Facebook all day. Well, there you go. The apple didn't fall far from the tree, now did it?
And speaking about Facebook,
like us,
they've got changes coming as well.
Yes, this next week we got the new news feed. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure as soon as we get it, we'll be complaining about it.
Everything's going to be.
I thought Google was changing to their front page of it.
G Plus or
and it's not only for your
yeah.
laptops and stuff too. They're changing it on your smartphones and stuff too. So.
Everything.
Well, they want to go to a unified look.
Right.
So
Exactly.
anyway, if you experience this next week, give us a call on next Saturday's show and let us know what you think about it. We'd really appreciate it.
Right.
At 1-315-220-0692 and like us on Facebook if you would.
Right.
Email
like us, share us, enjoy us. I hope you enjoy us.
Email us.
So email us at techtalkliveny@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook. We already said that.
Right.
Fingerlikes1.com, Tech Talk Live. We're
Check
there.
us out on Twitter.
Tweet us on Twitter, baby. Tweet us. Anyway, all right.
You're tweet enough.
We're Tech Talk Live. We're a computer talk show broadcast live out of upstate New York. I'm Flipper.
I'm Snide.
And I'm JJ.
We're out of here.
See you next week.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
You've been listening to your technology talk show. Tune in next time to Tech Talk Live.